Hi everyone, I am Dr. Ajit Kulkarni from Pune, Maharashtra, India. I want to introduce to you my new book, Homeopathy through Harmony and Totality, Major Writings of Dr. Ajit Kulkarni, Volume 1. Volume 2nd and Volume 3rd are already been under hibernation, and I want to introduce to you book through which you will get a lot of information about philosophy of homeopathy, practice of homeopathy, research methodologies being followed in homeopathy, as well as the study of the mind. This volume 1 is offered in terms of philosophy and the mind and the above. In the philosophy, I have covered almost more than 12 papers of mine which deal with first the information of homeopathy and integrated system. In this chapter, I have tried to answer many questions of the students, allopaths, Ayurvedic people and our patients. For example, many people ask us a question whether homeopathic remedies contain the steroids or not. I have adequately answered this question. Whether homeopathic remedies are placebo, I have adequately answered this pertinent question. The second chapter of this book is focusing upon, you will find homeopathy ahead, how homeopathy is marching in the world with many research modalities being followed. As far as the Ayurvedic and mainstream medicine are concerned, what exactly is the place of homeopathy? What are the challenges for homeopathy in future? Then the third chapter is about our basic law of similars. I have tried to comprehend the law of similars as it is followed by several medical therapies in the world: Ayurveda, acupuncture, acupressure, dietetics, allopathy, allergology, homeopathy, a lot of natural methods, all follow the law of similars in one way or the other. The references of them, the research which is performed over the law of similars, as far as all these modalities are concerned, are being given in this big chapter of almost 30 pages on the law of similars. I think that the basic understanding of the law of similars is very important for a student to understand the very structure of homeopathy. And I also feel that the big connecting thread between homeopathy and all other sciences is the law of similars. If an allopath knows very well the law of similars, if the Ayurvedic doctor knows very well the law of similars, there will not be a big resistance to homeopathy. Then the third chapter which I want to give you is about Ayurveda and homeopathy and perceiving the life processes. These two chapters relate to the holism as is understood in homeopathy. I have tried to correlate conceptualization of homeopathy and Ayurveda at what level, at the philosophical level, at the practical level, how we grasp the sickness, what is the role of Panchamahabhuta. Can we understand Panchamahabhuta in homeopathy in terms of repertory and the materia medica and the philosophy and the practice? All these ideas have been given by me. Then comes a unique chapter over yoga, holism and homeopathy. You know, homeopathy is holistic, yoga is holistic. They think that the mind and body are not separate but constitute one indivisible whole, a coordinate system. Then comes Trinity in holism. Our world is decorated with three. The three is being reflected in religion, in spiritualism, in many of our daily activities, in the characters which we possess. And the concept of the trio in homeopathy, I have tried to understand through the universal symbolism of Trinity. The next chapter goes for the miasmatic understanding, a most debatable point in homeopathy. I have tried to correlate this by taking into account the evolutionary contribution by several authors. Then there is a big chart on miasm, how the energy of each miasm can be understood by pathophysiological changes, by the behavioral responses of a human being. And the last chapter into the first part of the exegesis of the philosophical writings is latent sora. This is an article written by my friend from Moscow, Dr. Alexander Martuchev. The second part of this book is related to the mind and above. The first chapter is about the dispositions. Hanuman already used this word. I have tried to explain the theme of dispositions as far as our personality traits and temperamental characters are concerned. Part 2 of the book, Homeopathy through Harmony in Totality, Volume 1, is related to the study of the mind and the above. The first chapter is related to the study of the dispositions, the personality traits, temperamental characters, the emotional characters, the intellectual faculties, how we can understand them at the level of a human being. There are a lot of sentences of the patient which directly gives us the rubrics. So this is a very interesting study to connect the speech of the patient into the study of the rubrics. The second chapter is related to the stress and how it affects a human being. What should be the approach of a homeopath? What are the recent research which has occurred about stress and how you can integrate this research with homeopathy? The third chapter is about anxiety, dimensions and miasmatic assessment. The fourth chapter is about then the second emotion of conscience, guilt and shame. Then grief and anger have been presented. So in this volume I have studied 4 emotions. You know, we have a daily confrontation with the emotions of the patients. We take the rubrics. But really, do you perceive the anger in its perspective, in its totality? Do you understand the dimensions of anxiety and guilt? The purpose is to know the emotion very well, to know the research which has been done in the field of psychology, and then to correlate this research and to develop the system of homeopathy based on this integration, where we give value to the proving, we give value to the totality of symptoms, we give value to the qualitative clinical interview, and we also try to find the materia medica and the repertory through the counterpart with the basis of the law of similars. Then the next chapter is interpersonal relationship and homeopathy. In this chapter, my contention is that interpersonal relationship is the very basis of life for every individual, and disturbed interpersonal relationship today is much more a deeper cause of affections, afflictions, diseases for a human being. So we have the next chapter is about excess, holding and homeopathy. You know, many people suffer from deficiency, many people suffer from excess. Today, with the abundance of material objects around us, we really suffer from excess. We have so many t-shirts, we have so many pens, we have so much material to deal with, we have so much files to do with, we go on compiling, we go on piling up. We are surrounded by temptations, by the material objects, and we really get engulfed in this maya. How this excess produces a number of dispositional characters, problems for a human being, how to understand them, and how to repertorize the states coming therefrom. All these are being presented in this chapter, and the last chapter of the book is dreams, and the title is very interesting: Travel Anywhere Without a Ticket. So dreams are the subconscious expressions of our mind. Sometimes the patient may not consciously give you through the communication what he wants to say, but through the dreams. Dreams need analysis. So the study of the dream has been presented almost through, you will find 10 pages, so that our student, our practitioner will understand how the dreams are to be understood very well. We take the rubric of the dream and go ahead. But when we understand a real meaning of the dream, it gives a different perception to our understanding of the dreams. In the same way, all these 18 chapters in this book give you a better assessment of homeopathy, better you see dimensions of homeopathy at various levels. The second volume is related to the Materia Medica, where the third volume of this book is related to the repertory, my cases, my interviews being taken by people in the world, and a lot of discussions and questions and answers. I hope you will enjoy my book. Do read it, ponder over it, meet me, write to me, ask your questions, send your comments over the book. Thank you all.